All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rechahak Wadash. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone who rule well, and peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. This is the brother Yeshaya, and this is just a quick World War III update. As we all know, that's in the know. This just happened. All right, the U.S. and Israel or Israeli strikes on Iran. And, you know, thing is, like I said, I'm not gonna make this too long of a video because Lord willing, me and the brothers about to go camp and bring this out on the streets. And also, it's just I don't know. Starting with Elder Apostle Harold down, of course, we've been telling you this is gonna happen, and then even following up to these things. And now that it's happening, okay, you got people just overlooking it. People, are not taking heed, and these things are really happening before your eyes. And the men of the Lord are telling you to take heed, and if not, then don't try or don't worry about having a shoulder to cry on when these things really start to happen and Jacob's trouble really gets instituted in the hour of temptation. Okay, because we've been telling you through the spirit and power of Yahweh about Shem Yahweh Shai these things was going to come to pass. So this is BBC.com, how the world has reacted to U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran. American and Israeli forces have carried out strikes on cities across Iran in what U.S. President Donald Trump has measured as major combat operations. Yeah, all right. Trump has called for the Iranian people to rise up and government forces to surrender following what our Israel called a preemptive attack. But they've been wanting to strike Iran, and basically bully them into a regime change. All right. So this has been waiting to happen, but like the brothers were saying, like what the elders and the brothers were saying, Lord willing, it's up from here. Okay, we saying it's up, but we hope that it's stuck. Right. In response, Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps said in a statement it was targeting U.S. bases and assets across the Middle East as part of Operation Truthful Promise 4. This comes after weeks of threats and renegotiations, and negotiations over Iran's nuclear program. And the thing is, Iran was ready to come to an agreement with the U.S. Concerning their nuclear program, but DJT said, hey, basically it fell through at the last minute, which they don't want it to fall through. That's why we always go into the scriptures of the least of the flock shall draw them out, because this is exactly what they're doing. Okay, the Israeli state runs America, and it dictates what they do, war wise and everything. So this is not nothing, you know, surprising. And like I said, I'm not gonna make this a long video because me and the brother we about to go hit the streets, and yeah, I gotta save some ammo for that. But anyway, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres condemned the military escalation and warned that international peace and security are being undermined. The use of force by the United States and Israel against Iran and the subsequent retaliation by Iran across the nation undermined international peace and security, he said in the statement. Yeah, okay. Of course, y'all break all the peace treaties, y'all break, Article 5 all the time, man. And just for it to have it vetoed, by the UN. Okay. So we're not even trying to hear that right now, man. Okay. We know what's going on. All right. And it says the subsequent retaliation by Iran. Yeah, Iran vowed to, strike the U.S. bases that's in the area. So it's up from here, man. It's up from here. I call for the immediate cessation of hostilities and de-escalation. Failure to do so risks a wider regional conflict with grave consequences for civilians and regional stability. An emergency UN Secretary Council meeting has been called for later on Saturday. So that's all I'm gonna read on that, man. It's up and it's stuck. Okay. Book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 1, for behold, in those days and in that time will I bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So this is what the Lord is doing. His ultimate goal is to gather all of these nations into the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is so-called in the Middle East, which is not the Middle East, is Asia. Okay, Asia Major, Asia Minor. That's Asia Minor. All right. So I mean, we're using the verb just to make the point, but yeah, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, or Jehoshaphat. Okay, that's where it's going to go down, and it's named that. That's what you call a nomen omen. All right, and will plead for them, for my people, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So the Lord is doing all this just to redeem us, man. And how great is our power, man. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Call Halayim wa Hawa, like Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. You know, uh, Book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. In verse 1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And it is not tarrying. All right, this is the time. Okay, we've been saying it, through the Spirit, but now, brothers, know the Lord is really knocking on brothers' doors. Okay, this is it. Okay, gird up your loins and get ready. Get real about this thing if you're not, you know. And this is the last one, uh, coming from the Lord and Savior Himself. These are wars and rumors of wars, and like brothers been saying, we hope that that is up and is stuck, but it may draw on. It may be peace trees here and there, but we're still on the watch, man. Okay, we're hastening the days as Yahushua told us to do. Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So the end is not yet. We're gonna keep watching. Okay, keep blowing the trumpet. All right, but we know that we're definitely yeah close to that time happening. So Lord willing, I was edifying. I want to end it with that. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekahakwadash. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders, the great millstone. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. Shalom.